So we are in this pack shed about 2 to 3 days a week, depending on our week and what needs to get harvested. You can see we have different scrub brushes. The scrub brushes that are green are for food contact surfaces. Those that are red are for non-food contact surfaces. We have a sign that reminds people of that. Most of our cleaning actually is with Dawn soap. And so just like with the brushes, we have buckets that are labeled only for food contact surfaces, and those that are labeled for non-food contact surfaces, backups of hand soap. This is also where we keep our sanitizer. So we do use Sanidate both as a food contact surface cleaner, but also a wash water sanitizer. That's kept back here so it's away from a lot of the busyness of the pack shed, because we don't want that strong acid to be in people's way. When we do handle the Sanidate, we are using chemical gloves for that, and we have a measuring cup that's meant just for the sanitizer that's used for nothing else. The Sanidate comes in a concentrated form, which is not good for handling. So we dilute it in this gallon container, and we talked right with the producer, BioSafe Systems, to get the exact right dilution, because we were a little unsure even after reading the label, so I'd highly recommend that. We write the dilution right on there so nobody has to remember it, and then we're putting that sanitizer in the spray bottles for the food contact surfaces. So we do have 2 different measuring cups. One is for measuring out our dilution for the spray for our Sanidate for sanitizing surfaces. The other is for measuring out solution to put actually right into our wash tubs for the wash water as a wash water sanitizer. They have slightly different measurements, and the 2 different cups make it easier to get the exact right dilution. This is also a zone where we keep harvest rags. So again, rags are delineated by non-food contact rags and food contact rags. These are harvest gloves that we use for things like tomatoes, cucumbers, squash, when we're doing picking. And then other tools that have been really useful for cleaning are brooms for the floor. So we scrub the floor with the brooms and move a lot of water so there's not standing water on the floors in the pack shed it'll lean to. This brush is specifically for our barrel washer because it's very hard to reach the inside of the barrel washer, so we got a brush just for that. Harvest gloves, food contact rags, non-food contact rags, when they're dirty, we put them into this 5-gallon pail, so all the dirty laundry goes there. We wash this on a weekly basis. For us, we actually do 2 washes, so we do a cold wash, and then we do a hot wash with bleach, and then we do dry them as well to make sure that they're sanitary coming back into the pack shed. One other thing that we incorporated after doing the FSMA training was really getting everything on a schedule for cleaning. It just made it much more efficient. There was no questions. So we have spreadsheets for that of how to track the cleaning. So on one spreadsheet, it's telling us things that we need to do on a monthly basis, and then the date at which we do them, and then things that we do at the beginning of the season only, that's just kind of a one-time shot. And then we also have a schedule that is for our CSA and harvest season. So the data is already written in, so it's really easy to populate. You just need to check an X once you've cleaned it. So for instance, here on this list, it'll say before harvest, our harvest tools, the golf carts that we use for harvest, our tables, scales, hose ends, all that's on this list. Then there's after harvest lists as well. And then we just check them off as we do them. So this really is our clean break for what our washing and sanitizing is. And we're doing this every single harvest day. So there's a list of things we do before harvest on every single harvest day, and there's a list of things we do after harvest on every single harvest day, and we keep a record of that with the date in which it's done. So tools, our dirty tools go in here after they've been used. We have Dawn soapy water in this yellow bucket, and then clean rinse water in the green bucket. And then the last step is to spray them with sanitizer, this is a dilute Sanidate solution. We put the instructions right on this bin, so it's very clear to employees what they need to do. It's on a rolling cart, like most everything else in our pack shed. So again, easy to clean and easy to move around where we need it to be. And then finally, clean tools go back up on the magnet there.